Hello everyone, Ranjitha here. Welcome back to my channel. Valentine's Day is just around the corner, so I'm here today with some beautiful card inspiration. This is a faux book card. The card looks like a book, but it is not actually a book. So you get this 3D pop-out effect when you make this card. Very easy and beautiful card. So let's quickly get started and make this beautiful card. Firstly, for making this card, you need 2 sheets of cardstock that measure 5 inches by 7 inches. So I've cut it out to make our job a little easier. And then again, you need 2 more pieces that measure 7 inches by 7 inches. That is all you need to make this beautiful faux book card. So firstly, what I'm doing is I'm taking this 7 inch by 7 inch cardstock and I'm scoring it at every half inch. I have a scoreboard here, so I am using it to make my score lines. But in case if you do not have a scoreboard, all you need to do is just make faint pencil lines at every half inch, and then you need to fold it in mountain valley, a fan fold. So here all I am doing is scoring it at every half inch to make my job a little easier. I am repeating the same thing on the other cardstock as well. But all you need to remember is that you always have to score on the 7 inch side. So as you can see here, I have my 7 inch side, and along the 7 inch side I'm scoring it at every half inch. Please do not do it on the 5 inch side. It is a very easy card, and the measurements are also quite easy. Once you get the hang of it, you can modify the measurements according to the card size you want. Here I'm making a 5 by 7 inch card. So as you can see here, I am now folding on my crease lines like a fan. Very easy, but make sure that you crease your folds properly, because that is what holds the mechanism properly. So don't be in a hurry, be careful, and make sure that you reinforce each and every score line that you have made and you fold it properly. So I am doing this on all the 4 cards. All you have to do is score at every half inch on the 7 inch side, and then you have to crease it at every half inch and fold it like how I'm showing it in the video. I'm done creasing my fold lines on one card. I'm going to repeat it on all the other 4 pieces. So as you can see here, I've scored all the other 4 pieces and I have folded them properly. Like I have mentioned, make sure that you crease your fold properly, because that is what holds the mechanism properly. Now I'm going to take one 5 inch by 7 inch piece and one 7 inch by 7 inch piece. So one smaller piece and one bigger piece, and I'm going to take that. And as you can see here, I am making sure that my open ends are to my right. So the open ends should be to your right, and then I'm holding it vertically. I think it is easier when you see the video. I'm taking the other longer piece and I'm interlocking the mountains and valleys. Make sure that the open ends are facing towards each other. That is all you need to take care about. Now I'm inserting these mountains and valleys into each other and interlocking them. Very easy. Since we've creased our folds properly, this is going to become very easy. So I have interlocked it, I'm closing it, and I'm pushing it further deep so that it looks like a corner. That's it. Now all I have to do is just seal the edges. I am using liquid glue here to seal my edges. However, you can use your double-sided tape as well. But I like using liquid glue because it gives me a little wiggle room and I can have some working time if I use liquid glue. So you will have 2 flaps that open out here. So first I'm placing little glue on that joint, and I will be closing one flap first. So as you can see here, I'm closing one flap first. And then again I will be applying some more glue here, and I will be closing the other flap as well. I'm applying some more glue here, and I will be closing the other flap as well. I will be repeating the same thing on the other side also. But all you need to take care is while you're holding and applying the glue, you have to hold the folds together properly so that there is no gap left between the two cardstock pieces. So I'm holding it for a while so that my liquid glue sticks properly. And then I'm repeating the same process on the other side as well. This is very important. You need to stick both your sides properly. So I've opened both my flaps here. I'm going to apply a little glue. So if you place it against your table like this, it is going to become a little easier. So I'm applying some glue, closing the first flap, and then I will be applying some more glue and closing the second flap. This mechanism is going to stay strong. Like I told you, you can use liquid glue or you can use your red tacky tape or any other double-sided strong adhesive. But I prefer liquid glue because as you can see here, it gives me some time to work. So one side is done here. I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. So I'm keeping my free ends towards each other, and then I'm carefully interlocking these folds into each other, and then I will be adhering the free ends. Very easy. So once one side is stuck, the other sides are going to fit in very easily. So all you need is just 4 pieces of cardstock to make this beautiful mechanism. So here you can see I'm putting it against my table, opening one flap. I'm applying a little glue. While adhering, make sure that you push each other close enough and there is no gap left at the corners. So I'm applying a little glue here and I'm sealing one edge. And then I'm repeating the same thing and closing the other edge as well. Very easy, isn't it? I'm doing the same thing on the other corners as well. So I'm just speeding up the process because the video was getting quite lengthy enough. So I'm just holding the 2 pieces properly so that all the folds and valleys are interlocking amongst each other. And then I'm going to glue the corners. So once you're done on all the 4 sides, your frame will be ready. But while adhering the folds together, make sure that you hold it for enough time so that the glue sets in and the pieces are adhered well, because you don't want your pieces to come apart when your entire card is done. So make sure that this mechanism is strong enough and holds properly by itself. And I'm also using good quality cardstock here because I wanted that strength for my base frame. I'm done with my base frame here. I've stuck all the sides properly and they are now strong enough to hold the other part of the card as well. So here you can see the frame is ready. Now the creases or folds that have formed, we will be using them to fill in elements and give that 3D effect to our card. So very easy. All you need to do is just insert whatever elements you want into these slots that we've made. Now for the card front, I'm taking a card stock that measures 5 inches by 7.5 inches. And then I will be scoring it at 5 3/8 from one side. So 5, and then there are 3 lines, and then so it will be 5 3/8 from one side. This is the measurement that was easy for me. In case you want, you can feel free to change your measurements, the length and width of your card as well. So I'm making a score line at 5 3/8, and then I'm flipping my card and then again repeating and making another score line at 5 3/8. This way it is easier for me rather than remembering 2 different measurements. So 5 3/8, score it, and then flip your card and score it at 5 3/8 again. I'm now reinforcing my score lines properly and creasing them properly. So this will be my card front. I'm using a printed cardstock here. That would make my job easier. However, you could use a plain cardstock and embellish your card front as well. The choice is yours. So our book is almost ready. So now I'm going to glue them all together. But before gluing them all together, I wanted a scenery for my book. I wanted a background image. So I'm taking another piece of printed cardstock here, and now I'm roughly marking the area where I want this image to be. Alternatively, you can make your own scene by cutting out plain cardstocks or die cutting different elements and making your scene as well. I had this printed cardstock with beautiful images, so I'm using it here. This is from the new range of Itsy Bitsy Valentine series, the Little Birdie Valentine paper cardstock. I will leave the link for this card set here, the paper cardstock set here. I will leave the link in the description below. In case if you're interested in buying similar paper pack, you can always check it out. So I've cut out my background here. Now I'm going to glue everything together. I'm again using liquid glue to glue all the parts together. You could also use double-sided tape and it will make your job easier and quicker as well. Only thing is that you will not be able to move your elements once you stick them if you're using tape. So that is the reason I prefer using liquid glue, because it gives me that little wiggle room and working time. So first I'm placing my frame here, making sure that there is equal spacing on all sides. Because we have taken it slightly larger than our base frame, we're going to have a little space all around. I purposefully did this because I didn't want my mechanism to be seen from the outside. And also when you see a book, the pages are slightly smaller than your cover. So that is the reason I have my base cardstock a ½ inch more than my frame. I'm now placing this background image also into the card. However, you can do this the other way around also. First you can place your background and then you can place your frame over it. That would be easy to align it and center it. But I did it this way. Now our base card is completely ready. All that is left is we need to embellish it and layer it well. So as you can see here, the slots here, you just need to cut different elements and then just pop it into each slot. It makes your job so easy, very easy. Sometimes you do not even have to glue them together. All you need to just fit them into the slot. Now to make this look much more neater, I've cut 3/4 inch strips from the same printed piece that was left after cutting out the background image, and I'm just layering it up on this frame. This is entirely optional. You could leave your frame as it is in the color of the base cardstock, but I just wanted to give this scene a little more 3D look. So I'm just taking 3/4 inch strips here because our base is for ½ inch. I just wanted to cover the base, so it is 3/4 inch strips, and I'm laying it on all the 4 sides. You could use a lace in this place, you could use die cuts, you could use your border dies or your scalloped borders to enhance at this step. The choice is yours. How you decorate your card is entirely your choice. I'm keeping it very simple because my whole point was to demonstrate the base and the base card form I wanted to demonstrate. So for that reason I'm keeping the decor very simple. Like I told you, the paper pack I am using here today is the new paper pack from the Itsy Bitsy Valentine launch. I will leave a link to this paper pack below. In case if you are interested in checking this out, you can buy it from the link below. Our base is ready. It is beautiful as it is, but I just wanted to add a few more elements. So I've cut out some pieces of cardstock from the same paper pack. So all you need is 2 12-inch by 12-inch cardstocks and your card is done. So I'm using the same cardstock that was left out, and I'm just cutting it into different shapes and popping it into the slots like I have told you before. In this stage you can use a grass dye. You could use you could turn it out into a seascape. You could turn it out into an ocean scene, or the choice is yours. So since we have so many slots, we can layer it up so beautifully, and layering is also so very easy because you can match up the slots on each side. As you can see here, I haven't used glue here, but the slots are standing very well. Now I'm cutting out this little part of tree to add some more color to my card, and I'm adhering it onto the front corner of the card. So I'm embellishing this entirely with the same cardstock. However, you could use different elements. You could use backgrounds. You could add more elements like clouds, trees, birds and all into your 3D card here. I'm just using the same sheet of 12 by 12 cardstock, cutting out different images from that and just layering my card. So that's it. With this, our card is almost ready. I'm just going to add a little sentiment and some elements here and there to finish it up. The paper pack comes with matching ephemera pre-cut images. So I'm just using them to add more details. So this paper pack is called Endless Love. So I'm just using the pre-cut images from the same paper pack. You get a matching ephemera pack with this paper pack. So I'm using the same images to add a little bit of details here and there. Very easy and fun to make card, isn't it? I really liked how beautiful it turned out. It is bringing out the Valentine spirit here. I like this couple card. I'm sure it is going to be beautiful when you gift it to anyone. They're going to be surprised. You could add your personalized photos in the background and create a scene as well with this mechanism. I've just used this ready-made paper cardstock here to make my background. You could use your personalized photos to create a memorable scene that you have in your life, to recreate a scene as well. So now I'm going to adhere or glue up this part as well. You could leave it as it is, even the side is going to look neat, but to give it that book-like effect, I'm going to glue up this part as well. This step is entirely optional. It depends on how you prefer it to be. If you want it to open completely, then you can skip this step, but I wanted to keep it more book-like, so I'm gluing up this side as well. That's it. Our beautiful card is ready. I'm just going to add a little sentiment to the front of the card, entirely optional like I told you. So I'm just adding this 3D foam sticker that says forever and always on the front of the card. So as you can see here, in the entire card, I haven't used any die cut elements, stamped images or anything fancy that card makers would have. So this card can be made by anyone, and all you need to have is some beautiful printed cardstock and some base plain cardstock, and you can make your own beautiful faux book card. How beautiful it has turned out, isn't it? I really liked it. I hope you liked this video too, and it was clear enough for you to follow. You can see some close-up images of my finished card here. I really liked how beautiful and lovely this card turned out. I hope you will definitely give this a try, and I was of some inspiration to you in this video. Thank you so much for stopping by. I will be back soon with another interesting crafty video. Until then, don't forget to stay connected with me on my social media. I will be sharing much more crafty inspiration there. Bye.